If you're hearing this, it means I finally decided to tell the truth. For years, I convinced myself that staying quiet would keep me alive. I was wrong. Even now, every unexpected knock at my door makes my heart stop. Every unfamiliar car parked across the street keeps me awake until sunrise. Because once you've looked into the eyes of people who kill without hesitation, you never completely feel safe again. It all started when I was 26. I wasn't a criminal. I wasn't looking for trouble. I just took what I thought was the perfect job. The pay was incredible. The boss was generous. Everyone drove expensive cars and wore expensive watches. At first, it seemed like I had gotten lucky. Then I started noticing things. Nobody used real names. People would disappear for weeks without explanation. Every conversation stopped the second I entered a room. One Friday night, my boss asked me to deliver a sealed envelope to a warehouse on the edge of the city. "Don't open it," he said. Simple enough. When I arrived, the warehouse door was already open. Inside were 6 men standing around another man tied to a chair. He looked terrified. One of them took my envelope, opened it, nodded once, and then everyone looked at me. I realized I wasn't supposed to be there. One of the men calmly walked over and closed the warehouse door behind me. The room went completely silent. My boss smiled. "You've seen too much." I honestly believed those would be the last words I'd ever hear. Then everything changed. Outside, tires screeched. Someone yelled. The lights suddenly went out. For just a few seconds, the entire warehouse was pitch black. People were shouting. Boxes crashed to the floor. I didn't think. I ran. I slammed into shelves, tripped over crates, and finally found a side exit. The cold night air hit my face as I burst outside. Behind me, angry voices echoed through the darkness. I never looked back. I drove until the sun came up. I left my apartment. I quit my job. I changed my phone number. I started over hundreds of miles away. For months, nothing happened. I almost convinced myself they had forgotten. Then one afternoon, I came home and found a plain white envelope sitting on my doorstep. No stamp, no address. Inside was a single piece of paper. It read, "We know." Nothing else. No signature. No explanation. Just those 2 words. I called the police. They couldn't prove who left it. Life went on until the phone calls started. Every night, exactly 2:17 a.m. No voice, just breathing. Slow, patient, waiting. If I stayed on the line, the breathing continued for several minutes before the call disconnected. It happened for weeks. I stopped sleeping. I moved again. For a while, things were quiet. Then I noticed the man in the gray coat. He was always somewhere nearby, across the street, at a gas station, walking out of a grocery store. He never approached me. He never spoke. But every time our eyes met, he smiled. One rainy evening, I finally lost my temper. I crossed the street toward him. He didn't run. He simply looked at me and quietly said, "You should have stayed where you belonged." Then he walked away into the crowd. I never saw him again. Months passed. I slowly started rebuilding my life. I met someone. We bought a small house. For the first time in years, I felt normal, until the package arrived. There was no return address. Inside was an old photograph. It showed me leaving that warehouse years earlier. I had never seen the picture before. Someone had been watching me the entire time. Written across the back in black ink were 6 words. "You can run. You can't disappear." That night, I couldn't stay. I packed a bag before sunrise and left everything behind. The house, the furniture, my job, every possession that couldn't fit in my car. People ask why I never settle down, why I move so often, why I never answer unknown phone numbers, why every curtain in my home stays closed after dark. I always tell them the same thing. It's just a habit. The truth is, I still don't know whether I'm safe. Maybe the people from that warehouse are long gone. Maybe they forgot me years ago. Or maybe, every now and then, when I catch someone watching just a little too long, they're reminding me of one simple fact. Some doors only have one way out, and I walked through the wrong one.